There's a critical Terra Classic proposal that could change the future of tonal classic burning. This proposal is live for voting right now, and it endeavors to change the counter-controller split to 50-50. In the event that you're not mindful right now to part 91,090%, burn 10% going to the local area pool. They need to part that 50-50, so decline the burn, increment the sum to the local area pool, which you may be worried about yet. I believe it's really smart. I will make sense of why here in a moment. Why I'm bringing this up, however, and why it's so significant is that there's just 3 days left on this proposition, and this could change the eventual fate of Terra Classic consuming. So it's vital to ensure that you guys go on, click on the boat area and decide how you need to decide on this proposition. Presently we should go through a portion of my thinking why I feel that this could be really smart. Have a truly pleasant review here. The ought to feel free to look at. There's a couple key things I need to thus with more subsidizing accessible for the L1 team or possibly significantly different gatherings to come in and foster in our biological system, we could really be growing quicker. We could go at a superior speed, which could likewise prompt more tasks needing to come into the blockchain and support our blockchain, various utilities that thus could uphold the Terra Classic burns. What's pleasant about this is that this could add greater consistency and dependability to local area pool financing. One issue we have right now, the local area pool, is that we fundamentally have very little assets going into it, right? Assuming we have around 10% of this on tight charge going to the local area pool and afterward a few different assets that individuals are needing to send at various places. However, there is a huge swing locally pool balance. It's not only a pleasant, consistently unsurprising increment. Not just glance at the local area pool balance. You can see these large swings where you have monstrous spikes up, enormous drop-offs, shoots up, shoot up, drop off, shoot up, drop off. Thus there's some strength in the times between that. However, by and large come and have the local area pool swing occur in beautiful sensational developments at once. It's anything but a decent consistent change after some time. So it's harder to foresee what's to come. Adjusts local area pool is really going to seem to be. It's additionally vital to take note of that this is simply changing the proportion to 5,050 rather than 90-10 and leaving the burn duty of the ongoing pace of 0.2%. So that won't be diminishing the burn assessment or expansion in the burn charge. That duty is really going to be something similar. It's simply diminishing. The pace of that expense is really going to burns versus the rate that is going to the local area pool, assuming that checks out. However, on the off chance that you value recordings like this, ensure you buy in down beneath so you don't miss another video very much like this one now with Terra Classic. At the point when we take a gander at our burn history diagram, something I've seen that has come to appreciate is that we will generally have these steady purposes of consuming. Then, at that point, we have a few bigger burns. We have stable purposes of consuming. A few bigger burns, and that will in general roll in from Binance and a couple different things that do bigger burns. Be that as it may, we have exceptionally sluggish stable consuming coming in the middle between those time spans. Thus assuming we went on and we really carry out this change, while indeed, this rate would diminish, you guys can see this is practically the previous month. This is the beyond 25 days that is introduced, right? Here, let me simply retry this so you all can see this all around well. This segment here, this is the beyond 25 days. This is you could scarcely try and notice that this is an increment. It's just going up correct about there. Like this is certainly not a major change in increment of burns by any means, thus perhaps we cut that down the middle. You wouldn't actually see it on these graphs. It wouldn't have that huge of an effect. Be that as it may, we could finance the local area pool much more, correct? We're checking for this situation out. Around 1 billion instructional courses that have been singed. We could add another 500 million turn classes, local area pool, and basically increment the local area pool esteem by around half from where it is at this moment. At the point when we take a gander at the breakdown of who's really consuming, you can see obviously Biden is coming in with the gigantic measure of Terra Classic burns. Then, at that point, we truly do have the burn charge coming in near second spot, and afterward it tumbles off beautiful fast after that to a ton of more modest utilities. Furthermore, what we really want to do is push for seriously financing. That way we can support the L1 improvement, we can hit equality, we can then install 100 utilities, and afterward as a feature of that onboarding utilities, we're presumably going to require a subsidizing to assist with bringing them into our biological system. So it's not very much like we really want subsidizing up with the end result of getting to equality and afterward we're finished. No, we want subsidizing past that to onboard these utilities. That is the reason I figure this could be smart. We are not dispatching the Binance burns by any stretch of the imagination. All discretionary copies actually are being copied 100%. This is simply things impacted by the on-chain charge, which is at present set at 0.2%. This would take into consideration more financing for the one dev work so we can arrive at equality quicker. And afterward, once we truly do arrive at equality, we will have subsidizing to really feel free to ensure that these utilities can be on board into our environment. Since there will be some expense related with that, and certain individuals might not have any desire to come into our biological system because of that, though we could really finance a portion of that cost, assist with getting them on the environment as a component of us helping them. They may be expected then to burn some Terra Classic, and that means obviously more Terra Classic burns in the long haul. So for this situation, I figure it very well may be advantageous to forfeit a burns in the present moment to get. Guys, that is a big update. If you guys enjoy the content, you want to stay up to date. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.